All right. I feel like I'm getting great attraction at times, getting makeouts, etc. But I'm also getting flaked on text almost instantly. I know it has to do with qualification, even maybe an at the moment attraction in a social drinking environment. But how do I prevent it? If that, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I know who this is, and I know what he's doing, and he's coming across too cheesy to where if I was a girl, I would be like, oh, he does this all night long with every girl he meets, and that's how he comes across. So it's like I know this isn't. He didn't see me and truly think I was gorgeous and truly fucking have a connection with me. And yeah, of course, it's like you're not he's not bringing out the real side ever.
Hmm.
He's kind of smiley. He's kind of happy to be there, and it's like you're gorgeous, and he's got a big smile on his face, and he's kind of smiling the whole time. And he's teasing her, but his subtle communications say the opposite. They say there's something not authentic about this. Because it's not authentic, he must do this to a lot of girls, so that doesn't make me feel good, and I don't want to go on a date with that because that's just either he's just trying to sleep with me or he hasn't quite. I don't know who I'm dealing with yet, so I don't feel comfortable around that. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not a text. It's not a function of bad text game. It's a function. It's a function of not being comfortable in your skin yet with the tactics you're trying to implement.
Yeah.
Uh, so what's almost what you need to do. I mean, everybody's different on this, so like take this with a grain of salt because everybody. I still go through this at times, so it's not like one size fits all. But part of it is getting better. I would almost tell him I want him to go out. And this is not good advice for everybody, but I almost want to tell him to go out and not smile and not make so many fucking jokes, right? And just practice being real with girls for a while. I want him to go out and not do attraction material for a while and just go out and build good.
I just want to butt in on this because I know who it is too, and yeah, and I go out with this guy a lot, and he's actually all just jokes and attraction material, and there's pretty much never anything else.
Ah, right. And I could tell, and yeah, and he knows that. And I've read his text messages. It's more of that. And I'm like, okay, and that's okay. And you guys listening, like that's normal, man, because he's also he knew he needed that because when he first started interning, he did none of that. So he's going through that phase where he needed to go learn that, and I don't want to stop him from that because you, man, I went through I swear to God, I went through a phase just like that where I was like, dude, I could rattle off more funny one-liners than anybody you've ever met in your life in like 10 seconds, and I'd be like, oh, and then I'd feel it was almost like a stand-up act, but there was never any depth to the conversation, no depth whatsoever. By the time I walked away, she was like, he's really funny, but it's almost you got to remember when you're too funny too much of the time. Uh, now, once you already have a deep connection and then you're really funny a lot, the deep connection is already solidified. So you don't need to keep going back to it 1,000 times. If you have no deep connection and you're just funny all the time, you got to be funny literally all the time because you have nothing else. So in a conversation, in a communication built on that with a girl that doesn't know you is dangerous because she doesn't know you still. You're still a stranger 4 hours in. She knows nothing about you. She feels like you're not being real with her. So she feels like everything you said, even when she asks you a real question, she just gets a one-liner. Or she gets a really shallow answer, and then it's back to the one-liners. So it's like this, either he has something to hide, or he has nothing going on, so he doesn't want me to know, or he's nervous around girls, and this is the social mask he wears, so he doesn't have to put it on the line. Or it's a bunch of things. I don't want to specify what it is because I don't know. But with him, it's none of those things, really, because I know the kid. And when I talk to him not about girls, and he's not hitting on chicks, when he's just talking to me about fantasy football or his life or his family, he's a very deep kid. He's very intelligent. He's got a lot to say. He's very real. But we do this, like sometimes when we're trying to grow our game, we know that we're deficient in an area, so we really hone in on it. And that's one of the strengths. I also would acknowledge that when I read his text game, I was like, wow, some of your attraction shit is getting really remarkably good. I'm stealing some of that. That's fucking, you're popping it. But he's 95% attraction in one-liners, and like, no, I'd say he's 98% attraction in one-liners, and like 2% real talk, like Dude, I'm writing a new phone text game book because you idiots all took it the wrong way, or maybe it's not clearly the teacher's fault. Sorry. But a lot of it y'all took was just, oh, be silly and funny all the fucking time. Versus, which y'all should have realized, or I guess I should have put more of those in there. I tried to make it clear, but the examples are the examples. But is a lot of good text game is just normal dialogue with some spikes sprinkled in. But that's hard to do if the reason he's fucked is because he set such a bad precedent in the club of silly one-liner guy that if he jumps on text game and goes into normal guy, it's so bland and it's confusing to the girl. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Versus if you were to build a connection with a girl, you don't need to be so exciting at the club and so funny that you blow her fucking mind. Matter of fact, what I would tell a kid like this kid is go spend now that your attraction game's kind of getting close. It's probably 80% there. Go spend a month and forget all your attraction game and go get really good. Get this good at what you're doing right now at qualification and comfort. I want you sitting down with girls in the corner where she's talking most of the time and you're listening. Mm-hmm. By the time you walk away, she's like, I know that motherfucker inside and out. He knows me so well. That's crazy. And make those kind of statements too, where you're like, holy shit, I feel like I know you better than Kevin. This is crazy. I've only met you now.
Yeah.
Unless you can say that, start saying that with girls, you're not running enough qualification and comfort. Now, not for saying not ladies, I get all that, but fuck all that. This is a big hole in your game. You're not going to get a fucking hop-in girl and keep her if you can't do what I just said.
When you're doing that kind of qualification and comfort stuff, one thing I think I struggle with, like obviously I'm doing mostly an SNL game, so I don't dive into it too much. But like if someone like me was going to try to focus on qualification and comfort, part of my problem is like there's often a genuine disinterest in the girl's life, and it's hard for me to fake. Like, what's your mindset? Like, do you fake that interest or?